Hello fellow whiskey sippers, Bill in here for another Malted Monday. Drinking, earlier this was a pop the top. Technical difficulties have kept me from putting a pop the top on video. That's okay, we're still on a neck pour, it's still Lagavulin 16. Not necessarily an introduction to, well, it's not an introduction to Isle of Whiskies at all. Anyway, Lagavulin 16 years old. Obviously, it's an Isla. You guys already probably know that. This is a 43%er. What else? Nose. Oh, man. So, obviously, I've already had a little bit of this. We're still on a neck pour. It is so good. And this is what everybody thinks smells like an ashtray or whatever. Let them think it. It's okay. Alright, so let's see. Let's get after. So I gave, back in October of 18, I gave $70 for this bottle, and I believe that was on sale. And I would gladly give that again. This is good stuff to have. I could see having, you always need a little bit of peated in your cabinet. This maybe more than just one. Cheers. Let's go in for taste. It's peat. There's some sweetness behind this peat that is lingering. Just kind of, it's right there on the back side of that smoky goodness that we like. Yeah, that we like. So it kind of explodes with peat, that smoky stuff, and then it goes away. Not goes away. The peat comes down. There's a wave of sweetness that comes in, and then it's just a wave of peat and sweet through the finish. I think this has a fantastic finish. I think if anybody likes peated stuff, then you're probably going to like this. At 16. Not the oldest Scotch that I have, but it is the oldest peated that I have. My introduction to peat was a 10-year-old from a different distillery. You can probably figure that out. Starts with A. So after you have a sip of this, the nose changes a bit. I guess we get kind of accustomed to it to some degree. So that to me, or for me, the peat kind of tones down a bit, and the sweetness comes out a little more. And I don't have any water with me to put any water in it, and at 43% it really doesn't need any water. But I also kind of wonder what water would do to this, and some more time. That might be for another review. I'll figure that out. But so I have some company. Hey brother, you wanna give this whiskey a try? What's that? Whiskey? Yeah, maybe. What are you drinking? It's a Lagavulin 16. What? A Lagavulin? Where in Kentucky is that from? It's a Scottish whiskey. Or Scotland? That like over by Ohio or something? What? It's not in Tennessee. It's not in Kentucky. It's not over close to Ohio. It's an island that's part of Scotland where they make whiskey. You want to try this or not? Look, hey, you're drinking a beer. If you don't like it, you can chase it with your beer. You know, what's the big deal? No worries. You can just try it, right? What do you mean if I don't like the whiskey, I can chase the whiskey with the beer? I don't chase women. Why would I want to chase my whiskey? It's a pretty good beer. Alright, I'll give it a try. Hold on. Alright, brother, here's that whiskey at Lagavulin you want me to try, huh? Oh my God. He said, how old? 16 years? It smells like the inside of a car. What are you trying to do to me? I ain't drinking that. You crazy. You crazy as hell. I did see something I would drink. I'm gonna drink me some of that. Yeah, you can keep. Sorry, you can keep that. You obviously don't know nothing about the finer things in life. This is good whiskey. I didn't pour me much of it. There you go. Get me some whiskey in me. Yeah. No, I'll tell you what I'm drinking. It's the best whiskey you got. It's Redneck Riviera. That right there. That is the best whiskey you got in the cabinet. And right there it is. You drink it down them little flat bottom girl glasses, and I'll tell you, that's crazy. You know what it smells like? I seen you over there sniffing on that stuff. It smells like bourbon. That's what you're supposed to be drinking. That's what it's supposed to smell like. Whiskey. Bourbon smells like bourbon. Yep, sure does. Son, it's the best stuff you got over there. I don't know what all that other over there you got is. I don't know what you're drinking something from another country for. This here is fine. This here probably comes from, I don't know where it comes from. You'll just have to read it because I can't, because I ain't got my glasses on me. But Redneck Riviera, work hard, play hard. There you go. It's brown and good and probably the best stuff you own. I'm telling you. That stuff you just handed me can smell like a tar or a Band-Aid or something. That there's tougher than woodpecker lips to even get past your nose. I don't know how you're going to drink that. This, however, this and a PBR. Son, it's paradise right here now. You get that stinky inside of a tar whiskey away from me. You know where these glasses come from? This is Mama's jelly jars. If they good enough for Mama, by God, it's good enough for me. You can drink out of them funny glasses. I ain't gonna do it. Good stuff. Yeah. Go count something, brother. Yeah. Alright then. Okay, well, obviously brother wasn't impressed with the peated stuff, which is okay. That means there's more for me to have. But he did find, let me guess, it wasn't my cabinet, so he did find this. It's Redneck Riviera. Now he's over there claiming this is the best stuff that I have. Probably not in agreement with that, but you know, I've got company, so we'll humor him and we'll take a look at this. So it's 95%, I can't read it because the bottle's about empty. 95% American light whiskey aged 2 years, and 5% American whiskey aged at least 1 year. So, I mean, you can't call it a 2-year whiskey, but it's more than a 1-year whiskey. So, 40%, and evidently this is from that. It's got John Rich on it. That's a country band, I think. Big and Rich, maybe. Anyway. Oh, and it was bottled in Portland for the same company in Tennessee. So it's got some miles under it. And you know, and I gotta admit, and yes, I'm coming off of Lagavulin, this is got a better nose on it than I would have thought it would have for a two-year whiskey that's got some 1 year in it. You'd think this would just be all manner of alcohol, and it is not. It smells. I hate to say this because I'm never going to hear the end of this from IV. This smells pretty good. I've got some other higher end stuff that costs more that doesn't have this good a nose. So, I mean, yeah, it's at 40%, but let's go in for a taste because IV is going to go off the deep end. This is way more drinkable than it probably should be. For something that comes in a plastic bottle. Wow. There's some really good, this is really good balanced whiskey. Man. IV, you might be right. Hey, you know what? As inexpensive as this is pretty good stuff. It's got a good balance of sweetness Not, I mean, obviously it's at 40%, so it's not, you know, big ABV numbers. But there's some sweetness, there's some cherry, there's some vanilla in there. This is not just one note, you know, to kind of dismiss it sort of whiskey. This isn't just, this isn't brown vodka. We'll go with that. Pretty good stuff. And of course he thinks Lagavulin is tougher than woodpecker lips to drink. Hey, to each their own, right? Yeah, way better than it should be. So hey, maybe this is not going to be we'll still have the malty part in there, but it looks like it's going to be a hijacked review, and it's going to turn into Redneck Riviera. So there you guys go. If that focused, I don't know. Pretty fine stuff. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for doing all that good YouTube stuff. Cheers to the Redneck Riviera. What can I say? Pretty good stuff. Yeah, well, I wonder where I got my whiskey back from him. Let me tell you, here's what's going to happen, brother. Is them people out there in y'all two land going to get a load of me, and they ain't that your comment section going to be, because they're going to be tired of you. I'm just saying, that character's going to have to work now. I'm glad you got my whiskey back to me. Good stuff. Cheers, y'all.